We have another name brand national store that's looking at Shepherd.
Can you share that or
Nope.
no?
What?
Thank you, Mayor, for being with us today. Today we have Mayor Charles from Shepherd, the city of Shepherd, with us for the boutique. So we're just going to kind of get to know each other, sit and talk, see how we can be an asset to your community, and what the future looks like for Shepherd and things. I know that you're wanting some great things for here from you and I talking before, and thank you for coming out to Heaven's Army Home of Amazing Grace, seeing what we're about, and now we have the opportunity to be here in your community and invite you here to share your heart with us as well and the community. So a big thing with the podcast is to show how we are working together to put unity back in the community. And so to have someone like you here today that represents the city of Shepherd is great.
To put the what back?
Unity.
Unity, yes.
Unity back in community. And so that's what I know we're about. And you're, you being the mayor of, I'm sure you want that for your community as well. So
indeed, I do.
Yes. So,
well, let me just say thank you for the invitation. Greatly appreciate the invitation to come out, and I love talking about Shepherd. I love talking about what the future holds for us, and I can talk all day about Shepherd. So,
so how long have you been the mayor?
So I'm about to end my third term. My third term as mayor. So come November, it'll be 6 years that I've been mayor. So, and before that, I was on city council for a term, and then ran for mayor.
Okay. So I know this is kind of just jumping right into there, but what do you think is one of the biggest obstacles here in Shepherd?
Oh, biggest obstacle. Wow, that's a really great question. I think, and it's not really an obstacle, but it's more of a challenge. I think the challenge that we have here in Shepherd is we are in the path for growth. We have growth that's coming this way from Houston.
Yes.
We have people from Kingwood that's coming to Shepherd. We have people from New Caney that's coming to Shepherd. So this wave of growth is just slowly going to envelop us.
Yes.
So our challenge is going to be, how do we meet those needs? Right. What kind of town do we want to be? Do we want to welcome all these people in? Do we want to be kind of shy about it and say, we don't want all these people in town. We don't want to lose who we are. So our challenge is trying to figure out who we want to be, what's our identity, and how do we meet those challenges of growth? How do we ensure we have enough water? How do we ensure that we have enough sewer capacity? Do we have enough property? Streets. Right. With growth, growth is great. It means more property taxes, it means more sales tax, but with any kind of growth, there's negatives with it. Yeah. There's going to be more traffic, more crime. Just those two things alone scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
So just making sure that council's prepared to meet these challenges.
But do you think you can see the positive in, like, as small businesses is coming in or businesses coming? I know there's an O'Reilly's coming in down the road, and to keep them here, there's got to be customers that will sustain that business. We're here. As a coffee shop and boutique and bakery and stuff, but we got to have the customers to sustain. Otherwise, things will just continue to close. And what's here for the community and the people, that they don't have to go to the bigger cities to leave. You want to keep it shop local, volunteer local, be local.
Well, and that's what I love about local government. Mm-hmm. It's a balancing act.
Right.
It's a balancing act between, there are those among us who want us to remain a small, quaint hometown. Right. And they I don't want to say they cringe, but they're fearful of the growth. But then we have others that are like, I don't want to travel to Cleveland. I don't want to travel to Livingston. I want everything right here. I want the restaurants. I want the grocery stores. I want the shops. I want it all. So the great challenge of local government is trying to balance between the various needs and wants of your citizens.
Right. Do you think it's a realistic for it not to happen? Because, like you said, it's coming. So as much as we can kick and scream and, go, no, 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 same way a child goes, no, I don't want to go clean my room. eventually they're going to have to clean their room. So same way as we may have residents here and going, no, we don't want that. But at the end of the day, things are moving and moving at a fast pace.
I don't think we can build a border wall around the city limits.
Right.
I just don't. One, we don't have the funding for
Right.
it, and we don't have access to a National Guard, so we can't
Yeah.
build a wall. No, we can't stop the growth. There's just no way. I think we can control the growth. I think we can limit the growth. So when a business is looking at coming to Shepherd, we have them basically fill out what we call a feasibility study. So that business has to go to our engineers, and they have to basically present a business plan. This is what we plan to do. This is the space that we need. This is the building that we're going to build. We're going to need X amount of gallons of water. We're going to need X amount of sewer capacity. We're going to need this many acreage.
Right.
And our engineers look at that, and they compare it to our current infrastructure needs, and they can say, yes, we can support that growth, or no, we can't. And if it's a no, then we have to tell that business that, hey, we can't support you. So like a large apartment complex with a laundry room and a swimming pool, a few months ago we couldn't support that. But we have in the works, we have a sewer upgrade. That's a grant that is in the works.
Right.
We're gonna put in another well here in Shepherd to increase our water capacity. So it's, again, we're trying to meet those challenges of
Move
growth.
forward and stuff.
So, but we're having a meeting in the next couple of weeks, and if they agree to come to Shepherd, it's going to be pretty huge. It's going to be pretty nice.
I heard the little birdie that came through might be Bucky's or something. I mean, I don't know. It was like this little.
Bucky's has been a rumor now for probably about 10, 15 years.
Okay, so there was wrong.
No.
Bird?
Wrong, yes. Wrong bird, wrong beaver.
yeah, there
Yes,
you go.
it's not, Bucky's is not. The other thing about growing up in the country, the rugged individualism.
Yeah.
I have to be successful. I can't depend on anyone else
Right.
giving me that handout or hand up
Yep.
to be successful. I have to figure out the way to do it.
Wow. And part of our organization, our mission statement says is that we're here to be a hand up, not a handout, and it's teaching those things. What you just said, the work ethics and hard work, and that's even why we created and founded the Boutique. Is to our mission and organization is about rescuing women from sex trafficking, domestic violence, and addiction, and then now we have a men's program, but it's giving them that place to learn hard work and what business is like and how to run a successful business, and with all the challenges of a small community, not to give up, just continue working hard.
Well, and I think that's one of the traits that we're slowly losing in our society is everyone expects government to help them out.
Yes, absolutely.
And listen, government has a role. If I didn't believe that government had a role, I wouldn't be sitting here. But where's that line between the individual freedom and where does government step in? So I think that's where in our society we have to do a better job of educating.
Well, let me ask you this. Where did you grow up, and how did your growing up, you think, helped you or hindered you in what you're doing today?
Oh, hindered? Oh.
Helped or hindered, either way.
Okay. All right. That's a good. I like how you tacked on the
Yeah.
little the
I mean, 'cause,
hard
like,
part.
I
Not
tell
just where you grew up, but where you grew up. How did it benefit you?
Yes.
And or hindered you?
Yes.
That's a 3-part question.
Okay.
Okay. So the first part. So I grew up in a little town called Burnett, Texas. It's
Burnett.
Burnett.
Okay.
For those who don't know, it's between Lamb Passes and Marble Falls.
Okay.
I grew up 8 miles outside of Burnett. My father was a rancher. We grew up in the country. We had a ranch, cows, goats, pigs, things like that. So I grew up in Burnett, Texas. Was born May 24th, 1977. What's today?
Is today your birthday?
Yes. The mighty year of 47.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Well, you know now. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yes.
that. So I grew up in Burnet, Texas. It was a small town, 3,000 people. Went to high school there, graduated in 1995. Went to college. I did 2 years at a community college, Central Texas College in Killeen. And then I finished up my bachelor's at Stephen F. Austin there in Nacogdoches. Moved to Shepherd 2005 and been here ever since. So, the second part of your question. Growing up in the country and growing up in a small town and a small community, you're instilled with values.
Yes.
You're instilled with values of hard work, honesty, integrity, grit. In the years where there wasn't enough rain to bale hay,
Right.
you knew that you were going to have to figure out a way to make it through the
Make it
winter.
work.
So it's grit. You learn grit. You have a sense of community. You know your neighbors are there to help you if they need anything. My first regular job was hauling hay for the neighbors at 25 cents a bale. So, and that was when I turned 12, is when the neighbors started calling. So you just learn you just learn that hard work is where it's at. And being honest and putting in a good day's work is so meaningful.
How does breaking free from a poverty mentality and a victim mentality benefit society or a community?
Okay. So I think that's a great question. So, my personal opinion, we're all members of a community.
Okay.
Individuals or citizens, they have to decide what kind of role, what kind of engagement do they want in their community. So, my ideal citizen is one that, and I think it's a spectrum. So on the very low end of citizen participation, I work, I pay my taxes, and that's it. I just pay my taxes. That's all I do. Okay? I think to kind of go a little bit further in more citizen engagement, okay, well, I pay my taxes and I vote. Oh, okay. That's great. You're more active in your community, or you're more active as a citizen. I think the most engaging citizen is one that pays their taxes, they vote, they go to commissioner's court, they write letters to their senator, to their representative, they attend city council meetings, they find something in the community that they're passionate about, and they say, hey, we need more park equipment at the park, we need more swings. And they are fully engaged. They engage their mayor, their city council members. They go to City Hall, they look at the budget, and they say, let's build a new park, or let's pave this road. To me, that is the citizens that we want in our community. Those that are fully engaged and are fully participating in our republic and democracy. So when you have that kind of engagement, and you have that kind of buy-in to your community, I don't think you have that victim mentality, and I don't think you have that poverty mentality.
So an ownership.
Ownership. Exactly. You have ownership in your community, and you care about your community.
Right. So what are you passionate about?
What is there not to be passionate about? I love being in this small town. I love my family. I love my kids. I love my community. I love my neighbors. I'm passionate about cooking. I love to cook. I love to make other people laugh.
I was going to say, you are a jokester.
Yes. I'm, yes, very, very, very.
Yeah,
very
I remember
big
whenever you came to the house and I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I got the mayor here and I'm going to have to be prim and proper. The mayor's here. And then you started just breaking out with these jokes and I'm like, oh, wow, this just now messed with my head because I'm thinking I've got, it's going to be a certain way, and you just really made it really relaxing and like.
Well, and I find that in my regular job and in this job, it can be intimidating to people.
Yes.
And I want people to feel relaxed. When they're relaxed, they're more willing to share their concerns or their complaints, or what can I do for them as a mayor or as an individual. So I've always found that humor is a little bit of sugar that helps the medicine go down. So I want to circle back to the third part of your question. So you said what growing up, what hindered you. So I would have to say probably the only hindrance that I can see is that I'm a little bit skeptical of new things and new people.
You said that to me the very first night I met you.
Yes.
You said that.
I'm a skeptical person.
Yes.
It may take me a moment to trust somebody. And that might be growing up in a small town. That might be how I was raised. But I'm working. Words are a dime a dozen. It's the actions that really impact me. When I first found out that Heaven's Army was going to come to Shepherd, it was like, okay, who is this? What is this group?
Right.
Who is this person? What are they doing? What are they going to be doing in my town?
What's their motive? What are they doing here?
What's the agenda?
Yes.
Yeah, what is the agenda?
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the first night that I met you, you said, you said all that stuff, and I'm pretty skeptical. I'm like,
that sounds like me.
Okay. Well, how about you just come to the house, meet us, ask them any questions. I don't even have to be in the room. Just talk to them. Ask whatever questions.
That's right. You came to city council.
Yes.
That was the first night.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And I was telling you the thoughts and what I was,
Yeah.
what I was wanting to do and come here and stuff. And you're like, yeah, I'm pretty skeptical about this.
I guess, okay, so short-term pessimist, long-term optimist.
Yeah.
That is what I am. But, you invited me out to the house. We talked.
Yes.
You gave me the tour.
Yes.
You explained exactly what your mission is, how long you've been doing your mission, and the success rate of your mission. So all of those things combined, it was like, that's what we need in Shepherd.
So what's your life motto?
Be prepared.
Be prepared. That's good.
Stealing it from the Boy Scouts, but be prepared.
Okay. So I've enjoyed having you here today, and if
It's been awesome.
If we can do anything to help or be a part of something, and I've told you a few times that I really want to schedule a coffee with the mayor and have you just here to answer questions of the community and invite the public in to come here and just be able to sit down and, like you said, a casual sitting and not in an office somewhere, but here have coffee and hear the people.
I think that's fantastic. One of the things that I try to convey to the community is I'm available.
Yes, yeah.
So if you want to complain, feel free to give me a call. If you want to say that we're doing a great job about something, give me a call.
Yeah, I don't want to push that it's about complaining. I want it to be that it's
all right.
They're complimenting.
Can you cut out the part of just me saying, just cut that?
Yeah, that you're doing a great job.
But no, it's a pleasure. We really enjoy having you here in the community. We've heard really great positive things. And ever since I got to tour the house, I knew that y'all would be a great asset to our town here.
Well, we're grateful to be here, and it's been more of a ministry to us. We love the people that come in. We have regulars that come in and just sit down and have a cup of coffee, tell us about their day and their families, the flooding that's happened, and just everyday life. And so we've really enjoyed that, and we want to be able to have a place that that the community can come in and do that. So, I was sitting here thinking, the first podcast we had the church.
Pastor Holloway.
Yes.
I watched. I watched that.
So, and then now we have government here, and now we have nonprofit, the NGO. And I'm just sitting here thinking again, and I know we don't want to hear growth, but I just talk about that unity of that you have the church, and he's all about working together with in this community. You're here. You're saying, "Hey, I want to be a part of this. I am this. I'm the mayor. I'm grateful you're here, and you knew the church, and so here we are, and we're all together, again, being the hands and feet of Christ, but also of the community of working together." Well, we're grateful to be here and grateful to be a part of Shepherd, and whatever we can do to help, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And
likewise.
And we want to, be more involved and in the things in the community and stuff. And so, so just let us know what that looks like.
Awesome.
So,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you for coming.
Yes,
today.
ma'am. Anytime.